Hi guys, welcome to Expo 2020 World Show Tour. Today we're with the architect of this very wonderful Korea pavilion here in Dubai, Mr. Hoon. So I'm really happy that you joined us today.
Yeah,
going to be lots of people at home, lots
Yeah.
of people in the comfort of their couch watching this.
Oh,
so,
okay,
so
okay,
hopefully
all right.
we're going to learn a lot from you about the design, the philosophy, the aesthetics, and all kinds of things that you want to tell us today.
All right. Good. Hi, guys and girls. Good to see you. My name is Hoon. I'm the architect for Korea Pavilion, and welcome. As you see, it's all open. There is the boundaries blurring. Of course, there are some lines from protecting it from coming in, but generally speaking, it's open to everyone. It has a big space. For performance, but also for many events. There could be lectures, there could be many things as time goes on. So it's a welcoming sign of this big thing, internal, we call it nada. It's a welcoming space. That's the central. And outside you see some flickering lights. There are like a spinning cube. There are about 15, 90 of them. They're turning around. They are both lighted outside and inside. They are some abstract, notion of Korean contemporary energy turned into a constant game. So that's what it is. That's the basics. And the surrounding, there are many like spaces like comprising of retail shops and restaurants and some internal exhibition space that's sealed for comfort. That's the general outline of this architecture. And as you can see, there are 4 ramps. That's really distinguished from other pavilions is that these weave through space in and out. So you will be experiencing both in and out of space, which is I think a very you just go inside. But here, it's inside and outside. Yeah, it's a technical many. I know I've been to many pavilions.
Yeah.
Many of them choose this way.
Morocco,
Even I think Saudi even.
Yeah.
Top down exhibition is pretty much the norm these days. Yeah. All right. So how do you want to go about it? Shall we walk
Yeah,
up? All right.
definitely, yeah.
Usually we have to wait in line. But we are just explaining this, so we just have a free pass. Now we walk. This is a major space where performance happen every hour. Maybe 6 o'clock we may be able to see it, and there are seats around it where you can sit freely. I think there's an entry where you can come in and just sit down and enjoy yourself. You don't have to see the exhibition because basically Korean Pavilion has a facade that is moving around and trying to express mobility, and you don't even have to speak really. Once you see it and you don't wait in line, you could just come in and listen to performance and look around, and a kind of a indirect experience of the exhibition. You get the vibe, right?
Right.
So that's what it is. So this space, that's what it is. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the, I think, 2nd floor, and then move out to the ramps. Okay?
Okay.
Let's
good.
move on. All
Sounds
right.
good.
Okay, there are some tourist organizations, some partial organizations that they are showing off their stuff here. And as you can see, this is what you should do when you first come. They give you the sort of smartphone that is a device that you can do augmented reality, but we're going to skip that today.
Then your inscription will be started. Thank you for reading, everyone. Thank you for
Alright, there's 2 elevators here. There's a vertical. One is to go to the 2nd floor, the other one goes to the 3rd floor.
And also make the wonderful memory of Korea. Thank you so much. Please take 2 times the escalator.
So did you walk with the exhibition design in order to arrive at this design?
We're actually, the funny thing is that we sort of gave a concept as the spin cubes. All these ideas came from, I shouldn't say me, but as a team, as an architect, we provided basic ideas of the exhibition, like augmented reality on the ramps, the facade rotating. All these ideas were given as a prerequisite, as an idea, but it was developed by a separate entity, of course. Yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in this way. Hang on a second. This is not the right way, but we'll go this way anyway. This is actually the restaurant, but actually we should come up this way as a normal route. But I'm bypassing, okay?
There's an escalator here.
So I'm bypassing, okay? We're trying to follow the same route, just bypassing, so... I know. We have the permission, okay? So, come on.
Oh, wow. So this is very spacious.
Yeah. So when, like, I want to show you this. It's these kind of bridges and ramps gives a kind of a very different vantage point, meaning you have a very different kind of perspective everywhere. It's like as though you're flying through a building. So usually many exhibitor space is focused right onto the exhibition only. I guess it's good for focus, but ours is more right open, more freedom involved. But the only drawback is that it's less concentrated. So you can be like gazing through over places. So it's about transparency.
Right.
So we all become part of exhibits. You and I, then we are looking at each other also. That's part of it. Yeah, sure. I want to.
So when you won a competition, did you have to talk about this representing Koreanness or things like that?
Yeah, for example, the concept of madang, which is a traditional open space in houses where people welcome and it's usually empty. People will say, why is it empty? Because Chinese garden is full of trees, Japanese garden is all full of trees, right? A bonsai. But Korea, it's empty. Why? A lot of things happen. A lot of action take place. People get married there, you have a party there. When you die, there's a ceremony there. So this is what it tries to represent as a spatial entity. It represents kind of a madang empty space which can be used universally for many functions. That's what it is.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Now we go to the ramp. There are four ramps. It might sound redundant, but there are four ramps of up and down, and these has a different each bridge has a theme of augmented reality. So it shows, you know how desert is about miracles and mirages, the mirage. So
Right, exactly.
that gave me an idea to provide some kind of technology where you can look through something and see something that is not there. So that idea of mirage has been translated into this augmented reality. I don't know whether it's really successful or not as technology, but that was the idea behind it,
Right.
of this idea of the ramps. And the other important thing is to look out other places.
Right.
So I often say that it's blurring the boundaries. So inside and outside, it's all weaving out and in and out. So many pavilions used to be very interesting because they all focus on the... There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying it's like you are free to look at whatever you want to do.
Sure.
You can be focused, you can be out focused, you can be happy, you can be distracted, but that's the point. So you come out and people, look at other pavilions. Look. It's a place where you can look at other pavilions at a certain height. There's also, there's a Russian, there's Kuwaiti, and this light show here, sort of you have a light show from outside, you can have a light show here closer to you. It's basically kind of, what would you say, it's a light show, but it's trying to show some kind of abstract idea of concept of Koreanness. It was designed by a graphic designer. It represents some Koreanness with some patterns and all that, but it's really difficult to understand instinctively. You know what I mean? It's an abstract thing without really explaining.
Right.
But you just enjoy what it is. And it sometimes, like for example, some letters are written there.
Right.
So it can be used as a smart, like a message board.
Right. Right.
But that's not the main function. You just enjoy it.
Right.
Oh, lights coming on.
Right. So just a background, Mr. Hoon is known in Korea as a very playful architect. His design is always super playful. I have all kinds of elements that make architecture looks fun, right? So
Yeah.
that's why we get this project, which is
Yeah,
really nice.
actually, so this is a kind of a hybrid between art and architecture, right? This is a giant installation as a facade working, and it's also working as an architectural surface. So it's working in both ways. So I just hope that people come here and feel the active vibe inside and outside. Yeah.
So far, have you gotten a lot of feedback about this?
Oh well, not professionally yet. There has been some media exposure, and I think I'm sure there's some discussion, but I didn't have any formal discussions about this at all. It was like people, generally speaking, I think they find it interesting because something is moving and it's saying something, but I don't think they go any deeper than that. It's just a kind of an extravagant facade. Many people feel that way.
Right.
And I haven't had a discussion about it, but there has been some media exposure where they say this is very futuristic. I don't know that. Yeah. So it's really funny, you know, you look at the other people. It's really funny because you have many ramps. You are looking at other people too. This is really a kind of a exposing the flow to be outside. You can see what's happening outside. And I call that transparency, not glasses, but kind of showing the movement of the people. And you can look out there and you can see people. Oh, that's what we are already doing what other people are doing. You go to see people or we are generally interested in what others are doing. So that's I think very interesting. And the weather is getting better. It's much better now during the day. When it first opened, I think there were many people perspiring and like, I want to go quickly inside, but this was initially, I thought it was good, it would be good, and after sunset. And when the winter comes, it will be very suitable.
So these at the Liver are
There are four, yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Can they support how many people?
At, I think we keep it about less than 100.
Okay.
Yeah, less than 100. It's not that it's going to break. I think because of if they are moving at the same time, the vibration level will go high, so it will be uncomfortable.
Right.
For me, it will be nice, but for some people, it will be dizzy. So,
Right, okay.
so because there, you see that in the middle.
Yeah.
You see something there. There's no dampers. Then there are here, two there. There's one here.
Right.
Because these are dampers, they will minimize vibration. Without them,
Oh,
there'll be
okay.
more.
Right.
Because when we first simulated this,
Yeah.
it was structurally sound, but it will be like 80 centimeters will go up and down.
Right.
So we are worried, and people were talking about this, so that's why we installed dampers.
Oh,
So now
okay.
it's very minimal.
Right. Okay.
It vibrates, but it's minimal.
So it's the same as my stabilizer.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, stabilizer, same thing. We
Right.
need shock absorber. Yeah, that's
Right.
what it is. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's really cool.
Today's really cool. The weather's really nice. Yeah.
I could
The
feel the
weather's really
breeze.
nice.
Yeah, really
yes.
nice breeze. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
people are really happy too. I can see them smiling.
Yeah, I think in the summer, if it's too hot, they'll be like frowning, But now it's fine, yeah. The only drawback, but I wish I've seen the augmented reality, but I think if we had more time to develop it, I think it might have been much more interesting. But I think it's all right now, but it could have been better, I think. Yeah. But I'm the architect. But I had this started initial idea, but I think there were always the exhibitors who developed it. But I think when I looked at German Pavilion, I found that they started from the start and they went together to develop it. But I think the only pity on our part was that, I'm not saying anything wrong with the exhibitors, that we were apart. So we didn't really communicate well enough to really get it across. It would have been very nicer that way. So maybe next one, probably they'll do it better.
Yeah. Well, next one will be in Osaka.
Yeah, that's in 2030. So maybe I'll probably, I'm not going to do the thing because once they're live, that's enough. I think probably I'll be involved with maybe the jury process because
Right.
I've experienced it.
Oh yeah, Busan is a candidate.
Yeah. If they win it, if they win it as a city,
Right.
then maybe I'll participate as maybe a jury or some sort of advisor. That's it. Not as an architect. I'm sure there'll be some great architects doing it.
Well, you'll be mentoring them.
Yeah,
because you probably want a younger person.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I think the the foreign minister came of Dubai,
Yeah.
and he talked about this, reminding him of the dune.
Oh.
This of the dune, shifting dunes. I never really thought of the dune, but I think I liked his word, dune. He said, "Oh, this reminds me of dune," So I really like that, his remark, because I never really thought about dune. It's more about a tent I thought about.
Right.
The Bedouin tent, not the dune, but he seemed to like
Was
that.
it the reason why you had to visit the sand dune eventually? Because I saw your Facebook and I realized.
Yeah, no, I was explaining, there's a TV program, documentary is airing today in Korea, and I was trying to explain because Expo Dubai is more about, not just about Korea, but about understanding of this culture too, because I was really interested in this culture. We've seen the movie Dune together, not together, we know the Dune, right? So
Right.
I think Dune and this culture of this, something mysterious about it. So I was always interested in the culture of Dune. So I would try to put a lot of that energy into my architecture also, not just Koreanness, but merging of the idea of Dune, understanding of the Dune, even though very, very subjective, maybe very personal, but I try to put it in. And somehow that prime minister, that's the foreign minister seems to get it. And I was really excited to hear that. Yeah. And you know how the sand dune shifts, changes. So I think, yeah.
So the movie Dune we talk about, it's a cult classic by David Lynch. It's about an apocalyptic.
Not David Lynch, actually, the new one.
Oh, the new one?
No,
Okay.
there's a new one.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the new one. You've seen the new
I saw
one.
that
Oh,
one.
I thought you saw it.
I saw the
There's
new
a
one,
new, the
David
new
Lynch
one is by he's what's his name?
Famous.
Belvenier. He's the new one.
Okay.
And it's you can see it everywhere now, and it will be very exciting. David Lynch that was a long time ago.
It was
the
a
new
cult
one.
classic.
Yeah, the new one. New
Okay.
one's here.
Yeah, it's
And Dennis is the director from Canada, and he does a great movie. I was impressed with it. Yeah.
Okay, I'll need to look it up then.
Yeah.
Anyway, I can see how this can be a sand dune.
It can be interpreted as
Exactly.
a sand, right? So initially, that back flap is stationary, but in the first design, there was actually a flap that would react to the wind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the police pavilion.
Yeah.
I had a flap, like the cube, but flat. And that would flap
Right.
to the wind, but we had a VOE, value engineering, VE, and there was too much money involved, so we scrapped that idea.
Okay.
But I'm not saying it's bad, but we had that idea, so there might be more wind.
Yeah. Wow. Then if this is moving to the building,
Yeah,
does it feel like it's moving all the time?
moving all the time, so that might have to go. So there's this kind of, I guess I was a fan of Russian avant-gardists like Leonidov.
Oh, okay.
Ivan Leonidov and Chernikov, and
Right.
so all these jutting out lines and bridges and this dynamicism, I think,
Right.
I must have been influenced as a student, and I'm really happy that I have been able to express these ideas of this three-dimensional understanding of space. We usually think we are three-dimensional, but we're really flat. So when you walk through the bridge and look down, you really feel the reflections, you really feel the 3D, right? So I'm fortunate that I've been able to express this kind of almost a vertigo of crossing bridges.
Right.
I'm really happy about it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the other day my friend asked me, like, is it finished or not? Because it looked like you were very constructivist.
Yeah. There were two reasons for it. Because the property itself was more than doing. And secondly, I gave it, like, let's keep it industrial. That was the thing from the start. Because finishing this material was covering up, that wasn't the intention. So very raw, kind of raw feeling, like raw sashimi. Raw wet.
Okay.
You eat, raw, nothing in it, minimal in that sense. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, because you can see these bolts very clearly. These plates.
It shows the mistakes also. It even shows that it is, what it is. Let's follow one more. Yeah. The same thing was different. So now you can see downstairs. This is what I mean by showing vertical space. Many people feel vertigo. I think some people feel sort of insecure in spaces like this, walking around in nice space, but which I really enjoy. Yeah. So I call this ramp fly through. Yeah. So Dr. Non.
Yes.
So you are sort of working as a sort of almost a pavilion member.
Yes.
You are.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Trying to make sure that our pavilion operates well. I mean, I'm going back to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but for the past few months, Dr. Pascal and I, we've been trying to make sure that everything works well.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys kind of working as part of the show, right?
More like an inspector. Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't organized it who we hired. But then,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes they need our support in terms
Yeah,
of when we
yeah.
have VIPs or when we have people who wanted to see a little bit more.
Yeah. Sure. So I mean, I've been to Pavilion. Of course, when I first visited already, I've seen everything you guys have done. I'm the Thai restaurant 5 times already.
Oh, really? Okay.
Of course.
Wow. Okay.
Sure. I really enjoyed it. hours, I think it's a little bit confusing in that sense because it's trying to put too much thinking into the thing, and which sort of it's hard to understand. So I think straightforwardness of your design in the exhibition, I think it gets the people quite well too.
Thank you so much. I'll be conveyed it as it.
Yeah, sure. I think the game-like feature I really like because I was also trying to do something like Pokemon Korean style in AR,
Right.
but they didn't really buy that because they may be too playful. Yeah. Anyway.
And you're gonna be here for 6 months.
Yeah, until on and off because I'll be going in because I have my office back in Korea. So, but the funny thing is, I thought I had to be there constantly, but like I'm zooming, I'm every day. So I feel I'm here and managing my work in Korea too because I have 5 constructions
Going on.
undergoing at the moment. I'm all controlling it over here, so it's
wow.
okay. I'm really enjoying myself here. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because living in a digital age.
And I think the matter of fact is that I've been very fortunate with the good staff back home, and they've been very supportive. Yeah, the layers people. I really like this view. So it's not. I think you could call this an objective oriented, but without objective, you can walk here too. You don't have to see the augmented reality either. You get to look out.
Right.
And if the weather is nice, it'll be nice. If this was Korea, I would sell alcohol here. There's a bar and you'll be drinking, which would be good. Yeah, but here, different countries. So.
Right. You can't really do that openly.
Yeah. You know how Koreans love drinking.
Oh,
Do Thai drink a lot too? I bet it's not much.
Well, we drink a lot. We drink. Yeah, but
the hot weather cultures seem to drink not so much. The cold weather seem to drink more.
I
And the
guess
whiskey,
so.
if you go to Scotland, you see they drink whiskey. It's
Everywhere,
cold
all the time,
So
right.
I think weather has to do something with drinking.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, all my Korean friends, they drink. Male or female, they drink heavily.
Yeah, they drink heavily. So my question to the director. All right.
So when you do the design, the color or the electronics or the hardware, you have to think everything.
No, not that. Just the idea. I just gave the idea of spinning, and if they spin, they could be pixels. That's the idea I gave. There is a company called Inotion, called another company called EasyWin. They work together to provide this. Inotion is I think they got the work, but the EasyWin company are specialized in doing software and hardware. So they made all models, mock-ups. They're very good. Only few companies can manage this, I heard. This complexity, I think. There's a German firm and there's a Korean firm. That's what I heard. So they did a good job. And they, it's a sensitive thing, There's a lot of dust and humidity. Yeah, some are not working. Some are only sometimes overnight they work to fix things. I think there are a few goes off bad. A few get sour each day. So I think historically Korea has been famous for from the Chinese. If you look at Chinese historical texts, Korea is known for dancing and singing well from thousands of years ago. It doesn't change. So same thing is happening here. Koreans love singing and dancing. So I guess that's what it is.
Well, Korea today is known for its soft power.
Yeah, soft power they call it.
Right.
Actually, it's the word called Hallyu now. It's in Oxford English.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Hallyu is it's an English term now. It means Korean wave. And so it has become, I think, because of many cultural big shots. Successes in dramas and singing. 22 new words, Korean words are in Oxford Dictionary now.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
as a sort of a noun. Yeah.
Okay.
You feel it shaking, right? So
Right.
yeah. So without the damper, it will be like swaying like this.
Yeah, but it's structurally no problem.
No problem
Okay.
at all. everything vibrates, as you know. Nothing is static. We want to believe that everything moves. Earth is turning around, right? Everything's moving. We just don't think it's moving. That's all. And this vibration, yeah, of course.
Right. Well, you mentioned vertigo, and that's one of them. When that combines with the with these with the excitement of these columns.
Some people call it delirium. Sort of a delirium.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy it. It's good that I had an idea. I never actually knew how to do it, but I got up to it. And the reason I had this turning is because, we are fatigued by digital media only, right? So if it was a static image, it would be boring. So I thought at first, without even the digital image, just rotating. But the exhibitor said, no, that might be not able to express too much. So these guys said, let's do one phase digital. And that was a good choice they provided. I think that was a good suggestion by them because I accepted that. And it's made it much better. If I was stubborn and say, no, let's just go analog, it might have not worked as well as it is now, I think, yeah. So Mr. Non, you have a steady hand, huh? You have a steady cam also, right? Steady hand.
Yeah,
steady cam.
more like a stabilizer.
So Tom Yam Goong is also one of my favorite soup. If you go to Thailand, right? Would you say it's more stronger? Tom Yam Goong is more stronger in native Thailand than here? More spicier?
Spicy.
Yeah.
ส้มตำ
Yeah.
So on the week of 48th of November, we're gonna have the food week.
I think Thai food is so big in Korea now too. They love it. Yeah. Thai food caught on, I think about 10 years ago. It started being booming. A lot of people love it.
Also Korean food also famous because of the Korean series.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But I think Thai food is the appeal is worldwide. Quite a bit, yeah. This guy is dancing, So you can see the show here, right? You can see the show down here, up here. So that's my positioning here. You can see whatever you want to see at any time, any place, any vantage point. It's for you to discover this space. Not one point, not one way, many ways. So I think these ramps help you to do that.
Right.
This is smart light metal. In the future, the rider will have their key, and you don't need to put the key, you just click button. This single button is a quick single button. It will fill out water, open the curtain, turn rider, and turn rider. So this kind of tiny like seal.
Yeah, Phuket and Phuket, yes, and the Thailand Thai, yeah, sure, Bangkok. Oh, really? Oh, next month.
Like 5 days.
5 days.
5 days from now.
Yeah. Many countries are doing that now. Yeah. Yeah, many countries are doing that. So, I think because they know the corona's not going away.
Might
so we
as
have
well.
to deal with it. So, yeah, I mean, Korea has been really successful because they never locked down. Korea never locked down anything. So they were like, we had to wear masks, but
Yeah.
we've been lucky and successful at the same time. Yeah. So this is the waiting area to see the vertical cinema. You've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So you know, this is where the interior becomes pretty cool. This is where you really feel coolness. You know. So you can see a kind of a story of a Korean modernism, whatever story, tradition mixed up together in a 5-minute movie. It's called vertical cinema because it's done that way.
Right.
Yep. I think they draw the view. With your eyes, when you fly, I guess you can see that. Maybe we'll go out this way? Yeah,
Sure,
because
okay.
you're not going to see the movie. So
Right. Okay. Yeah, I assume you know all the secret passages. Because
Yeah, of course I've done.
Because you
I know
designed
the secrets, yeah.
because you designed it.
So this is the tourism organization doing their booth, and there's the what do you call it, souvenir shop?
Yeah.
You can buy souvenirs. And we passed it on the second floor. There's a Korean restaurant. You can drink soju there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can drink soju.
Okay.
You can drink soju. Serve alcohol.
Okay.
You can drink. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, sure.
I love
sure.
soju.
Yeah. Now we'll go down. Yeah, it's funny. So now I think more people are coming to Expo because even during the weekdays, you know, a lot more people. Not just us, but everyone. Everyone's facing. Yeah.
last Thursday,
Yeah, we have. I think. Yeah. I heard we have opening. Well, I mean, because of COVID, I'm sure there are less people coming, but I think more than I expected. I thought they were very, very
Yeah, because most people are locals, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're
the
local.
expats.
Yeah,
They
expats.
live
Yeah,
here.
sure.
Yeah, because I mean, even though we come from Thailand,
Yeah, but I thought it would be very minimal. The visit would be very minimal, I thought, but it's more than that. So I think it's better to have more people.
So morning times. Okay. By the way, this is my friend Saud. Yeah.
hello.
Saud
Hi.
also went to MIT.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the same year I did. Yeah, this
Hi.
is Mr. Hoon. He's the architect of this building.
Hi, good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah. Nice building. So how are you?
Yeah, good to see you.
Right. So we were supposed to come up with you, but then because the parking spaces is so far away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
it took him
Alright,
forever to
alright.
get here.
Alright,
So
alright.
I thought we go up first. Yeah.
Enjoy the building. Enjoy the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sue been here?
she just left.
Okay. We'll come back and get you. Yeah, in a bit. Okay.
Alright. See you. So that's abbreviated version of Korea Pavilion without the exhibits, but I'm sure these guys have seen it and many of you guys seen it, so you have other videos to check it out. So thanks for the visiting Korea Pavilion. Please do come again. And I think every time difference. During the day is different. During the afternoon is different. In the evening is different. Maybe the weather will make a difference. But I think the best time to visit is in the winter time. Maybe a month later, you come back, it'll be better. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Just one more question.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want? If you can change one thing about this building, what would you change?
Well, what I would do is that let everyone in at the same time and just move around as they wish.
Okay.
That's what I would do without these lines. I would just ask anybody just come in. The only problem is how to run it with a device. But I would say they give out the device at the entryway and just return it. And that's how I would do it. That's what I would want.
Okay. So
Open it up.
The reason for lines is just a device.
Device, I think.
Okay.
On a device, and controlling the number of people visiting.
Right. Because of
But
COVID.
I would
right.
do it differently if they open it up. And some parts will be crowded. Some parts, you know how we salt the steak? We don't salt it equally. There's some parts more salt, less salt. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. Open it up. It's more. Some places will be crowded. Some people will not be. But it somehow will naturally blend itself. That's what I believe. Yeah, that's what I would want. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Thank
Non?
you. Thank you so much.